Hey, hey. I've been updating my computer for over a fucking hour.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Thank you, Will and Me Hammers. It's been great so far. Thanks for the resubscription. I appreciate it.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
Let's pause that, I guess. And then run the intro. I suppose. I don't know. What are you guys going to do?
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. How's it going? I've been updating. I might have 4 updates pending to get ready for Windows 11. I'm not excited. I hate new Windows. So I'm not super excited about that, but it said it was a forced, right? So like basically Chrome shut down and it was messed up and then it wanted me to restart and then there was no skipping it with a restart. It was a forced update. So here we are. Potato, I guess. We live in a timeline, in a world where the richest man in the world and arguably the most powerful man in the world, right? He has a direct line to the president of the United States, the most powerful country on the face of the earth, is in a Twitter argument with a video game live streamer and becomes so petty, he takes away his check mark and gaming tag from the video game live streamer, then gives them both back, then gives just back the checkbox, then gives them both back, then takes them both, then gives back just the check mark and will not give him his video game streamer tag for Twitter. And this is because Elon Musk has to lie about everything. Okay? There's a video game called, is it Path of Exile 2? PoE. And in this game, you go to different maps, you do different things. It's like an RPG or whatever. But Elon Musk has an account that is in like the top fucking 20 in the world on this game. Okay? Everyone knows that it's a boosted account. He got someone else to play it for him. Why do we know this? Because the people that are in the league with him, that are equal to, a little bit better, a little bit worse than him, are literally playing the game 90, 100, 120 hours a week. Now, do you think the guy that we see all over the world and meeting with Trump and running SpaceX and running Tesla and doing all these CEO things and podcast appearances and in person, do you think he is a hardcore gamer that's playing 120 fucking hours a week for months? Every day, day in and day out. In fact, in his own words, he said he just plays for a few minutes in the morning to get relaxed. Not to mention, when he fucked up sharing, everybody knew it, but there's no doubting it now that he shared some footage of him playing. He doesn't know the mechanics of the game. He doesn't know the strategy to the game. Like, even though the people that are equal to him are playing 120 hours a week, they're not cheating. They're using mods, right? But not to cheat.
Queen just resubscribed for 26 months. I'm going back someday, come what may.
But not to cheat the game. They're using mods to make themselves more efficient, right? So like a mod that hides all the non-valuable loots, right? Because there's so much loot to pick up. They only need the loot to be shown that will propel them further along in the game. Or mods to keep things organized. Because even though they've got hundreds of hours in the game a week, if they don't prioritize that time and keep themselves organized, they'll still fall behind. Elon doesn't run those mods. Elon doesn't use those mods. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even understand the terms in the game. He is 1,000% running a boosted account. I would say he probably paid somebody to play that account for him. Like when he plays, he's got a cool account and it's all stacked out or whatever. And when he's not playing, someone else plays it basically as a job. And if he wanted to say that, that's cool. Or if he just wanted to be average at the game and come out and be like, yeah, I like Path of Exile 2. I play it pretty often, but I'm not great or anything. And then he released footage of him just being average at the game. But for some reason, everything he talks about, he has to be number one about it all the fucking time. All the time. So this has been a little bit of a background, like game nerd only conspiracy, thing that's been going on and people have been talking about. Well, finally, a big streamer who's kind of an Elon Musk dick rider, Asmongold. We just watched him the other day talking about Pirate software. Asmongold is a Musk dick rider, okay? Finally, everybody was calling him out for not covering this because it's in his wheelhouse. Like if this wasn't Elon Musk, let's say it was AOC or Kamala Harris, he would be like, these people are lying. They're trying to infiltrate our community and they're trying to get it here, blah, blah, blah. Right? So people were calling him out. Why aren't you covering this? Because it's Elon Musk. So finally he has to fucking call it out. And then they get in a spat in private messages. And then Elon leaks their private messages and then starts pulling away his certification. This thing is so fucking stupid. This whole thing is so fucking stupid. The man with the keys to the kingdom, basically. Like, he's made Trump change his stance multiple times on things, right? That guy is in a fight with a video game streamer, dude. With a video game streamer. I don't think anybody fucking gets it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't, it's, we need to reset the timeline. Somebody fucked up bad. Somebody fucked up bad while the moons were syncing up or some shit. I don't know. And now look where we're at. Anyways, let's check out some of the coverage of it. Everybody's fucking covering it. I think Destiny had a video. So this is Asmongold explaining why he is a dick rider and why he won't say something negative about him. But again, if there was a different political leaning for the person, he would 100%. They're trying to take our freedoms away from us. They're trying to infiltrate us. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. He says he doesn't get political, but he clearly does on one side. Let me get the audio. Hold on. There it is.
God, this guy's so cringe. We don't even get the cool dictator.
I want to go to SpaceX one day. I think that'd be really cool. If I could go live stream one of the rocket launches, that'd be great. So no, I don't want to go and start a bunch of drama and burn a bridge.
It is very, 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 very rare that I even feel like an adult. Like most of the time, I feel woefully underqualified. Like I can't believe, like I don't have supervision right now. This is fucking blowing my mind. But then you look at like the wealthiest man in the world that just happens to be like best friends with the president of the United States. And you think, am I the only fucking adult here now? Is that what's going on?
God, this guy is so cringe. We don't even get the cool dictators. Wasn't like Lenin supposed to be based?
So this says Step Brothers is the perfect meme for Jeff Bezos and me.
We have like the autistic authoritarians, the Aspie fascies. How is that possible? Why America?
Aspie
Why us?
fascists.
Okay, what is it?
Great.
So this is Elon Musk's tweet that says Asmund behaves like a maverick, independent, but in reality he has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. And the reason he says this is because Elon Musk messaged Asmongold and says, how about you bring some of your content to X? And Asmund's like, yeah, I think I could do that, but I'd have to talk to my editors. They kind of run the whole thing. Right? He has video because he live streams like 7 hours. He's not going to put that on X. Right? Instead, he has these clips and he puts those on X. He has editors to do that because it's a lot of work. Like I don't even go through my own fucking videos and clip good shit. So you'd have to have editors if you're doing this every day and it's a business and shit, making money. So he says, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it even. Right? They might make an Asmongold Clips account. And then Elon Musk just says, sure. Then he says, who are these mysterious editors? And Asmongold's like, two guys. Daily Dose of Asmongold and Cat Danny Rue, I guess. They basically run the entire YouTube account. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest, and almost everyone on YouTube does this. This is true. All the big streamers on Destiny does it. We're watching a Destiny clip right now. Destiny streams for a certain amount of time. Then those streams, as soon as he's done streaming, they go unlisted, right? And then his editor comes and pulls out the greatest clips and makes it family friendly, no cuss words, no copyrighted material, none of that, blah, 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 whatever. And pulls all that shit out of it and then takes the original video down and just puts the clips up. That way it's easier to monetize. It doesn't have any dead space in it, him going to the bathroom, answering the door, eating food or whatever. And it goes on to not only this channel, but it goes on to Last Night on Destiny, a bunch of other clip channels. That's the way it works. That's the way most big streamers do it.
Wow. Oh, what a day. What a day already, huh? Wow. Man, this is so oh, this is funny. It's so funny to me. And anyway, so Roach Drama. Yeah. Well, hey, that's just how it is. And so anyway, let's see. Heard about Gamers Nexus lawsuit? Yeah, I heard about that too. We're gonna talk about it. And check the post. Elon got noted. I mean, I'll look at a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm gonna be real. It's just funny. It's really funny that this shit's happened. But yeah, time to go. Yeah, guys, we're gonna go to Blue Sky now, right? And yeah. Anyway, Tim Pool has a video on it. Really? You guys hear?
One thing that people don't see that's so frustrating is people don't see what another response could look like, and they evaluate everything on its own. So like, if I were to criticize Asmongold for his response here, the response from Asmongold and an Asmongold fan would be, okay, yeah, I mean, like, he lost his blue check mark, he got back. It's not that big of a deal. Like, are you expecting Asmongold to flip the out? Like, come on, that would be kind of silly, right? And I agree that it would be silly for him to flip out on this, maybe. But the issue is that if this was still Twitter control.
Oh, I forgot. We got a big announcement to make.
Stream is in its 10th.
So from friend of the show, I've been on his show. I don't think he's ever been on mine, but I've been on his show. Ethan Ralph, the Ralpha male, checking himself into rehab today. They wanted him to come immediately. He wasn't planning on going until Saturday, but
the Kill Stream is in its 10th year. I started this show with my ex-wife Nora and Janet Bloomfield in 2015. Never in my life did I think it would take me to where it is taking me to now, both good and bad. It started as a way to promote my writing and turned into my entire existence.
By the way, he's been without rehab. He's been doing this sobriety thing, and he had like stretches where he'd get like 60 days or 45 days or whatever, and he lost a bunch of weight. He looks a lot better. Looks like he's doing a lot better, but he would always fall back off. So now he's going into rehab in Mexico.
Along the way, it has evolved, and it's had its eras and its different styles and various feuds. But one thing it's always had is me. I am the Killstream. I think most of you know I have a passion for professional wrestling. In wrestling, there's a term called living the gimmick. It's a pejorative term, not a positive one. I brought all the negative aspects you've seen me exhibit into this line of work, but over time...
And by the way, with Ethan Ralph, it's kind of hard to tell. Most of these shows like that, they play over the top. Like even when he was talking about, he was recently supposed to debate Milo Yiannopoulos, and that didn't happen. But when he was talking about it, him and Milo were in the DMs the whole time talking like, people got to believe this is real. We got to be so angry about each other. Nothing's off the board. You can bring up my mom. I'm going to bring up this about you, and you bring it. Like all that's fucking fake, right? It's for the show. It's for the memes. It's for the money they make. They make a shit ton of money on this. But his drug abuse and shit was really going on in the background.
In wrestling, there's a term called living the gimmick. It's a pejorative term, not a positive one. I brought all the negative aspects you've seen me exhibit into this line of work, but over time, they were just incorporated into my online persona. The Ralph ML is a term someone came up with in 2018 as a joke, and I just ran with it. All the problems I have were simply written into the gimmick. Hard drinker? That's just the Ralph ML way. Do it on air and drink even more. Womanizer? Of course, no big deal. Write it into the story and lean into it. Criminal issues? Sure, who cares? Fuck the police. Baby mama drama? All good. What are you, a bitch? Burnouts and vicious feuds with former friends and lovers. Fuck them. It's a nasty business and everyone is a snake anyway. Go scorched earth. Trust no bitch. You get the idea. This is not a healthy way to live life, although it has been quite entertaining. Rather than addressing shortcomings when I had many opportunities, I simply papered them over and reinvented things time and time again, including just this past week. In many ways, this has served me well and kept me in the game longer than I ever would have expected. It's also destroyed so many good things I gained along the road. Some people that I love will never return or speak to me again. Money gained and lost and gained again. A man in self-imposed exile in a nation where he doesn't even speak the language. I often look at my life and I wonder, how can it even be real?
I think it bothers him a lot that he's, separate from his kid and a bunch of stuff that's going on with his baby mama and her father. That was all public and back and forth, and he doesn't get to see his kid as often as he wants. He does see him, but he doesn't get to see him as often as he wants. Plus, if kids don't straighten you out from drug use, basically nothing will.
From West Memphis to Merida. This must be some kind of Truman Show thing going on. But what I really know is that it's all because of choices I have made myself along that road. Some choices end up being eternal, and that's something I never really accepted until I learned it the hard way. It turns out life is not professional wrestling, even if this business may be very similar. You just can't...
See, they're all big wrestling fans too, so they know about, like, it's a soap opera they put on. When I first started watching, I thought a lot of it was real, and then like 3 weeks later, the person they hated that was going to drive to their house and kill them and all this shit, they were yelling, they're like doing a podcast with them and hanging out and teaming up on somebody else. But
change the script or retcon decisions. You have to live with the mistakes you've made. Sometimes that can be almost unbearable. That doesn't mean this thing has been all bad. It hasn't. In fact, there are so many great things I've gotten to do because of this show. I've traveled the world and I've seen the Colosseum where the gladiators once battled. There are so many amazing men and women I've gotten to meet, interview, and in some cases even befriend. There are so many people who care about me that it actually astonishes me daily. I often get messages from people who have learned from watching me live out my mistakes on air, or who admire my tenacity or refusal to ever give up. Some have even quit drinking or using drugs due to my influence and public talks about the topic. I've gotten to promote causes and issues important to me. Plus, I've had so much fun along the way. Someone I used to know told me when I was really down in 2020 and wanting to quit this business that I simply could not, that this was my life's calling. I believe they were right. Even though I'm quite certain that they hate me now, I still love them. I love a lot of people who no longer love me, even though that is not my reputation. I don't think I would ever even tell you that unless it was a day like today. I want to thank Milo Yiannopoulos for giving me this gift and this curse. I want to thank Mr. Medicare for relentlessly promoting my writing during Gamergate and promoting my show, especially once I was released from jail. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, the first time I was ever on stream was actually at the invitation of his wife, Jade. And she introduced me as a journalist, pro Gamergate journalist. And I said, no. I'm a muckraker, not a journalist. So thank her as well. But once upon a time, also, Nick Fuentes and the Groypers meant a lot to the kill stream. Thank you for those times. Shout out to Destiny. The guy is a machine and he added a lot to things over the years. I want to thank Adam Green for always being a friend to me, even now when it's not easy. Perspicacity, I'm eternally grateful to you for getting me to take this choice and for being a great friend. Thank you to Mark Collett, who somehow always still has time for me. I appreciate James Edwards so much as well. My fellow Memphian, he has been a great friend to me. Shout out to Wayne Lambright. I love you, brother. Lily Gaddis is a dragon, and she's been so kind to me. I believe she will be around for a long time. Dagalon and Jeremy McKenzie have been so awesome to me as well. His partner Morgan, she's great. It was a pleasure to meet them 2 days ago. Worski, you fucking junkie bastard. I hope you really are sober. You don't want to be here. Gator, put the anime down. Rand, drink another one, you crazy fucker. Oh, and I mustn't forget to thank Dick Masterson and his partner, who I just yesterday spent hours torching. I don't even know what's real in this life or this business, but I know that it's
Thanks.
nasty, brutish, and short. I've wasted too much time already. I will be, believe it or not, and I never thought I would make it this far, I will be 40 years old in September. I don't think I have a third act in me if I can't finally address some of the negative things I simply wrote into the persona. They basically told me that this morning, actually. By the way, if I left you off, don't feel bad. Shout out to Ryan Harkness, by the way. A lot of people. There's so many people. Do not feel bad, because it would take me an hour to thank all the people I've met and talked to over the years. Mersh, shout out to Mersh, or who have meant so much to me in this show, and it would take 2 hours to go through the people I want to take shots at. To the loves I've had in my life, thank you for the good times and for seeing something in me, even if you no longer do. Thank you to Faith Vickers for giving me my amazing son, Xander. I hope he looks back one day on my life and sees some of the good, and I'm working on that now. To the little football fan that I love, know that I will never, ever forget you or stop loving you. Thank you to my uncle for somehow always putting up with me. He's always been like that, always, throughout my whole entire life, and he and his wife are such blessings. I miss my grandparents so much. They were such huge influences on my life. My father, what a man he was. He was a genius, actually, but he was a cursed man. I inherited so many of my demons from him and witnessed so much violence, but I always knew that he loved me and my mother. He was just broken. I also got so many good things from him, like my love of history and politics. To my mama, I'm sorry that I was not a better son to you, but you know how much I loved you. You meant everything to me, and you still...
There was obviously one time that Ryan, I don't know why the fuck I said Ryan, that Ethan, that really bothered Ethan. There was this, like, time that he was streaming, and he got drunk as fuck, and, like, fell asleep on stream. Then his mom comes in knocking on the door, and she needed a ride to, like, her dialysis appointment. And he's like hungover, drunk, probably still drunk. He's like, no, fuck that. He told her to get an Uber, and she didn't. She passed away not too long after that. So you know that fucking bothers him and shit. So I don't think he's faking getting upset. I'm glad he's getting help though.
Still do. There's not a single hour that goes by that I don't think about you or want to speak to you. I'm looking at one of the last gifts you gave me actually right now. It's right over there across the room, still in the poster roll. And it's the lyrics to Leonard Skinner's Simple Man. I wish I'd listened to you more when you were still here, but I can't help but believe you're watching me now somehow and loving me from above. Adam Green, please let me have this one. Please, Adam, please let me have this one. I love you too, Adam. To the audience, thank you for your love and support. Without you, I would likely be dead. You have provided for me. You've added so much to the show itself, and many of you have become great friends of mine. I'm thinking of James Gardner and Mary Jane and Adelwolf and so many other, Nady Bakes, so many people. Guitar Anthony, so many people. Know that it will never be forgotten, even to the former fans who never come around any longer. I'm not only a huge fan of wrestling, but I love tabloid journalism. I was raised on it, actually. I remember my grandmother having a subscription to the National Enquirer, A Current Affair, Hard Copy, The Sun, The Post, News of the World, and everything else.
It's sad. I mean, I've watched Ralph since then, since Gamergate.
I just drank it in like the bourbon that used to be my trademark. So I'm aware that there are plenty of people who will take pleasure in seeing me somewhat down and taking time away to go to rehab. No sympathy for the devil. Keep that in mind. Buy the ticket and take the ride.
And I'm sure he also felt like, I mean, he makes money day to day, like constantly coming in, right? Donation goals. Like I don't even get daily donations, but he has like a goal he meets every fucking day that he streams. So I'm sure he feels like he can't even take that time off or what it'll be like when he comes back.
As it was written. Many people want to see me dead, quite frankly. I see it wished upon me almost daily. But, you know, there's a funny thing about the haters. Many of them actually love you. They are, in fact, your biggest fans and are what actually make you famous, or in my case, infamous. Some even secretly wish for you to end up turning it around somehow so that their story continues. Life is a soap opera, and I thank you for your service. It has truly been an honor and a privilege and a blessing to entertain you all for the last decade of my life. What started out as a hobby morphed into my entire being. I still am not quite sure how or why it all happened. It must have been fated somehow. Thank you all for everything, and know that I will be back. Nobody does it quite like the Ralph Mail. I must bid you farewell at this moment, but it's not goodbye. It's just goodbye for now.
Damn, that's tough, dude. Best of luck to Ethan Ralph and the kill stream. A lot of fucking funny shit has happened on the kill stream. Yeah, a lot of funny shit has happened on the kill stream. So there you go. He said that in Mexico it could be 15 or 30 days. He's banking on at least 30 days because of how long he's been abusing alcohol and drugs. Dude, he used to eat so many fucking Xanax. I'm surprised he even remembered what he talked about on the show. But there you go. Ethan Ralph headed to a rehab in Mexico and be back in a month. We'll see what happens. Back to Asmongold.
Controlled by Jack Dorsey, and Jack was lying about being a professional Diablo Path of Exile ladder hero, and Asmongold criticized him for it, and then he got unchecked. I think Asmongold had like 7 videos on this on his
Right. If this was Jack Dorsey faking a video game account, and Asmongold said something about it, and then he got unverified, even if he got re-verified, it would be everywhere.
channel. It would be like the main.
But because it's Elon Musk or Trump or whatever, they're just trolling. They're doing it for the memes, right?
Media's after me, the wokies are trying to censor me. I can't believe they deprived me of my blue check mark. Like, then it would be insanely unhinged. And then when you say, isn't this kind of unhinged? They go, no, you don't understand. It's not just this that we're mad about. It's a whole woke agenda. It's the fact that they control the levers of all the media companies. And this is just one more thing in a long line of oppressive behavior that the wokies, but because it's like Elon is kind of like funny and it's based and it's hilarious. Like, I legitimately feel like Donald Trump or Elon Musk could show up and like, fuck these guys, like literally. And they'd be like, yeah, like it hurt a little bit and it was kind of awkward afterwards. But like, I mean, it's kind of based, like a president actually coming to my house and coming in me.
Coming to my house and coming in me.
Like, I mean, like, geez,
that is pretty
like,
base.
kind of insane. And like, yeah, I don't support him for that. And I think it was like kind of bad. I think it's definitely bad. Like, I'm not biased or anything. Like, they shouldn't have done that for sure. Yeah, but I mean, like, blue.
Just resubscribed for 19 months.
Thank you for the resubscription, Clayton Knott.
Sky, right? I mean, like, yeah, geez. Hopefully next time I'm like at least ready for it, you know. And then they like move on, and it's like, what the like if this was anything else, it would be so much more insane. Like that's the issue.
Elon, he hit me up. He was like, "What's up?" And we talked for a bit, and everything was really good. As I said before, I've liked Elon for a long time, and so I was having a conversation with him, and he was talking about like what I would want to do to like maybe upload content onto X, right, onto Twitter. And so I told him like basically this would be something I'd be down to do, but I wanted to check with my editors. I think that there was a communication breakdown here because
this is.
And what's crazy is that Elon Musk is holding to this narrative. So Elon Musk literally just put out a tweet. Hold on, I'll read it. Elon Musk just put out a tweet that says, I'm on hundreds of streams. So Ian Miles Chong says, you shouldn't have to justify yourself to these people, but it's nice that you've got receipts to prove your gaming credentials. Elon Musk says, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube, Twitch, playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and making fun of people, he is not good at video games. And then someone said, hey, he's ranked 12 Arms Warrior in Emerald Nightmare. He's a rank 47 Arms Warrior in Black Rock Foundry. Like Asmongold, I don't even think Asmongold's that good at games, but he has time to put into these games, right? And that makes anybody good. With enough time, or at least as far as like building rank and shit. And it's been proven that Elon Musk is lying about it. Like he doesn't even know the basic parameters of the games that he's supposed to be like top in the world at. If you were the number one guy in Pac-Man, right? Let's say you're the number one in the world at Pac-Man. And you show up for a tournament and you're going around eating the fucking dots and you hit one of those big pills, right? And the ghosts like turn like translucent to where you can eat them. And you're like, oh shit, what is that? What happened to the guys that are chasing me? People would be like, what the fuck? You've played this game before, right? Like that's how blatant this shit is about Elon Musk. It's fucking crazy. He's lying about all of it. He's like, oh, well, not to mention like some of the folders he's got set up are called Elon's Maps, Elon's Strategies. Who refers to themselves in third person while they're putting their shit together? Like if you have a notebook for class or for work and you name it Will's Work Notebook, that's kind of weird, right? Even worse when it's like a video game you play every day. Why would you need Elon's Maps? They're the only maps you have, unless someone else is boosting your account all day and they have their maps and Elon's maps. Stupid shit. Hold on. Let's, before we go any further, I just want to prove to you that fucking he's lying. Everything he's talking about. Here's Quinn. Quinn broke this down. Quinn Rex.
Playing video games. At one point I have a lifetime of playing
He wants so bad to be like this.
Maybe one of the best quick.
Yeah, I'm a super genius and CEO of 56 companies, but really, I just like to lay back and chill and play video games. Oh, you're not number one in the world at Path of Exile? Well, I manage 14 companies, speak with the president every other day, travel to Russia to speak to Vladimir Putin, and I'm still number 98. Get the fuck out of here, dude. He wants so bad to be cool.
I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point, I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
You're actually like a
No, he wasn't. Ever.
world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
Paragon board.
Quake is such an older game. That community would be so fucking small, and no one can validate that he was part of that community.
And the build, you're also an innovator there.
Yeah, I've played a lot of video games.
You think about like StarCraft, any game where a lot of people are playing. To rise to the top, you have to be exceptional, period, as a human being.
Yeah.
There has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah.
Are you in the top 20 in the world? Or top 20? Wow, in Diablo.
Yeah.
Shooting
No, he's not.
rockets into space, making e-vehicles, starting a new department of the government. I actually let myself think maybe he actually is an alien, because there's just no, unless he's paying people to do it for him, which obviously he's not.
Obviously, that's exactly what he's doing. Right? He plays someone to boost and build the shit out of that account. So when he wants to live stream with people, his account's fucking maxed out. He just runs around and destroys everything.
So let's start off with some context. Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12.
Rank 12 in hardcore Path of Exile 2. No fucking way. I'm telling you, these people around him spend they don't have jobs. They spend almost every waking moment playing this game and still have to have out the ass strategy, right, to stay on the leaderboards.
On hardcore, that's permanent death mode, trade league. Let me try to give you a quick understanding as to how hard it is to get to that level. 2 weeks into the league, when people are playing the game, literally, they're staying up 40 to 50 hours without sleeping, only playing Path of Exile, and they are the most try-hard guys in the world. The highest ranked player on the hardcore trade league was level 93.
When it first came out, and they were playing 40, 50 hours a week, doing nothing but this, the highest level was 93.
Okay, and you're thinking to yourself, that's kind of close to 97. Every time you level up, it becomes exponentially harder to gain experience. A lot harder and a lot harder. Okay, so these players, to get to 97, have to be playing the game every day for the majority of their day. Currently, what is their highest ranked player? They're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has to be...
One person actually went one rank ahead of him, 98. So it's not like 1, you double that and get 2, and 2, you double that and you get 4, and 4, you double that and get 8. The curve is exponential. Plus, in Path of Exile specifically, the enemies don't get harder. So not only do you go from let's say from level 1 to 2, you need 10 points. 2 to 3, you need 30 points. 3 to 4, you need 80 points, right? You only get points for killing enemies, right? The enemies don't get harder. So when you're getting up to the difference between 95 and 96, let's say from 94 to 95, it's 100,000. 95 to 96 is going to be 700,000, right? It goes up exponentially, and the enemies don't get harder, so you just have to grind fucking more.
To be playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing Path of Exile. So let's just go over some of the things that happened. So right away, we see Elon zone into his hideout, which is the area you do in-game content from. And he opens up his bank, and he goes to a tab called Elon's Maps, which immediately...
Elon's Maps. Now, if any one of these things was just a fluke around Elon's account, I'd be like, oh, that is weird. Who names their maps in third person? But when you stack 80 of these things on top of each other, he's fucking lying.
Is a little bit of a red flag, because I don't know why you would refer to yourself in third person, but okay, he does that. Elon Musk didn't play Path of Exile 1. In Path of Exile 2, maps are actually called waystones. And he never actually refers to them as maps. He calls them...
We'll play another round here. This is a hard level, Waystone.
So it's just kind of...
So then PoE 1, they weren't called maps. They were called waystones. Elon Musk never played PoE 1, but when PoE 2 came out, they were called maps. So why would he call them waystones? He could have picked that up from somebody. It's true. Again, one of these things is not damning. It's when you stack them all up. Or he's paying somebody that was good at PoE 1 and is playing PoE 2 for him now.
The way that he's, again, called his tab Elon's Map. So almost like someone who's a Path of Exile 1 veteran, is kind of making that tab and be like, Elon, there's a tab there called Elon's Maps. Grab your map out there. I've rolled them all for you. They're nice and easy. He then proceeds to walk up to his map device and go to put a map in. The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the...
Literally, the introduction of the game is to how to use these waystones. The introduction to this game, when you first open it up, is how to use waystones. That's your map, right? How to use them. Elon Musk, that's the first thing he fucks up. He clicks on this like 50 fucking times. He's like, oh yeah, I was doing it wrong.
The end game is how to operate this map device. You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node, you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon...
It's kind of like, you guys remember Mario, the first Mario, where you would like start on a little spot, and then you could go to the next one because they were connected by a line. And then sometimes you could go left or right, or like this secret line over here, or like down in the water through a line that opened up. That's the same way here. Like you have to connect, you have to start at a node to connect a node, but he's just clicking on that one. That's not how even the map system works. We're supposed to believe that he's number 12 in the fucking world at playing this game, that he can't even navigate.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
This is clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97...
Thousands of maps to get to level 97, to be 12 in the world. He's probably played 5,000 fucking maps. But as soon as he starts streaming it, he doesn't even know how to access the fucking map. He clicks it repeatedly over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, yeah.
And you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would...
Look, so this guy right here, you can watch his efficiency, right? Watch the way he works the board, because everything about how he plays has to be around doing it faster than the next guy, because people are chasing you the whole time up this chain. So when you see people, you're going to see a bunch of different clips, and you're not going to understand any of it. Why? I'm actually going to slow it down to real time. But why are you not going to understand any of it? Because they are moving stuff in such a way to where they can access it faster, they can move it faster, it's less pixels to cross the screen. We're almost talking about speedrunners here, right? When speedrunners are like, you have to take this corner at a 22.5% or 22.5 degrees to get around it, and you have to touch this wall with so much pressure and blah, 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 because they're shaving off seconds. It's almost the same here. You're going to watch the most efficient players in the world compared to Elon Musk. And these people, some of them are lower than him. Some of them are higher, but they should all be his peers.
Trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97 is, and you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of geriatric old man clicking this node expecting something to happen, and then he finally kind of gives up after a while and then realizes his mistake. We then get a look at his inventory. So Elon Musk is stuck going into the map and with full bags. If you're an efficient player, you're going to clear a map, you're going to loot the valuable items, you're going to go in and you're going to take those items and you're going to basically look through the good ones, keep the good ones.
So this is what I'm talking about, this loot, right? You only, like, you don't have time. Like, when I play a game, I try to grab everything because I'm not the best in the world. I'm not a speedrunner. I grab everything, sell it later, get rid of it, junk it, store it at my camp. Like, you guys have seen me play Baldur's Gate. I even take their fucking clothes off and shit, see if I can sell it later. I don't know. I'm like a hoarder in a video game. But these guys have to be so efficient. They only get what they need, and everything else is fucking just time wasted. By the way, do you guys know that people are mad at Nintendo right now? Because of this completely random character that has no affiliation to anyone at all. That doesn't look like anybody that I know or have ever seen or have ever talked to. This is one-off Nintendo creation. Who the fuck is this supposed to be that people are mad? They're like, what the fuck, Nintendo? Who is this in your game? I have no idea. Hippo Man? No idea who that is.
list them up for sale and then truck away the trash ones. It's almost like he has no understanding as to like what what items are. Or
look how efficient they're clicking shit, dude.
So now Elon zones into the map.
So what I'm doing here is just boosting my shield before.
Now this is a big deal. He's supposed to be one of the top players in the world, which means he's got to be one of the most efficient players in the world as well. I can't stress that enough. And he misses one of the most powerful fucking objects in the game and just runs right past it.
Battle by meditation. Meditation before battle is always good.
And he starts killing monsters. He starts obliterating monsters with his character. But what becomes obviously apparent...
That's a chaos orb right there. Okay? They're incredibly rare. They can help you succeed in the game. I mean, super rare. Some people that have been playing this entire time since it launched, like 80 hours a day, only have like 7 or 8 of these. They just don't show up.
Chaos orb, no loot filter.
Is like, no, he's just running past chaos orbs. He just ran past the chaos orb.
Chaos orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 exalts. I have like 9 chaos orbs.
He has 9. It's another top level player who only has 9 of these.
Just so you guys understand.
So in Path of Exile, the devs are these evil guys, and they talk about feeling the weight, and they effectively just drop tons and tons of items, and you have to know what to pick up.
Watch this, okay? Look at all this loot on this map. Some maps are so bad that people, when the loot drops, some of their computers crash because there's so much loot on the map. So they run these filters, right? And they'll be different colored, they'll be different size words. They run these filters so they know what they need to continue on, and all the rest of it's trash.
So what GGG have done, the people who make the game, they've made this system called loot filters, which gets rid of 90 to 95.
So you saw the difference between the two maps there.
These evil guys, and they talk about feeling the weight, and they effectively just drop tons and tons of items, and you have to know what to pick up.
All right, so look, see all this shit? And it makes it can penalize your character for carrying too much shit, right? Or you can't carry a lot of shit. So look at this map. This is all this text on here is shit that you could pick up. But then...
So what GGG have done...
When you turn the filter on...
They've made this system called...
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things on the screen. I know you can't see some of them because chat, but there's like 9 things on the screen now. Now you know what you should pick up and take and what you shouldn't.
Loot filters, which gets rid of 90 to 95, even in some cases, like we're talking 98% of all loot that drops, because otherwise your screen is just cluttered. And you won't even notice when you get a good drop. It's in...
Can we have a loot filter for console, please?
Fathomable for someone to be in the top ranks without a loot filter. Yet Elon Musk, the God Gamer, he doesn't play with a loot filter.
Runs no loot filter. Everybody else at his level has to run a loot filter. Elon Musk, no. Because someone else is playing his account on their computer where they have a loot filter installed.
The only thing Elon does pick up are maps, because the default in-game loot filter highlights those. Those things are worthless. The actual items of value that he should be picking up, that he would have had to pick up in order to get the gear, leave it on the ground.
So the stuff that he would have had to pick up by this point to make it as high as he is, leaves behind. Maps that are worthless, picks them all up. Weird.
Anyone who's been playing the game and is a complete expert, we're talking he's cleared thousands of maps, he's been playing that character for hundreds of hours, he's going to be pretty damn good at, playing the character. He gets to the boss, he's fighting the boss, and I want to say for about 10 seconds, he sits there and he's out of mana. Mana is a resource in this game where you need it in order to use your abilities. He just sits there, default attacking the boss without activating his mana flask. Anyone who's played the game and understands the character would understand, like, oh, I'm not doing any damage because I'm out of mana. Elon Musk takes 10 seconds. He then goes on to loot.
He uses 10 seconds where he's not doing any damage to a boss because he doesn't know to recharge his mana, basically. But he's number 12 in the world.
items off the ground, he starts dragging them into his bag. Like, I don't even know how to describe to you how painful that is to anyone who actually plays the game. And his bags are full, and he just keeps clicking it over and over and over again. Nobody, not even people who are kind of noobs at the game, do this. I don't even think Elon Musk has done the campaign, honestly. Like, just based on what I'm seeing in terms of the gameplay. His settings on the map transparency are turned on by default. His life values are turned on. All these basic settings that anyone in the top 100 would do, he is not doing. Maps can effectively have different content on them, and that content will be signified by icons on the map. So it could be a map which has an expedition in it, a breach in it, or it could be corrupted. Elon starts.
So these are titles for things that could be spawning at the map. Elon Musk is like, it's got two thingies.
He's looking through the atlas, and he finds a map with, I kid you not, 4 things on it.
There are 4 things there. This one has a real risk of dying.
This one has 4 things, so there's a real risk of dying. Doesn't know any of the terms in the game.
4 things. What are those things?
God, dude, 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
This one has a real risk of dying.
This far in the game and calling it 4 things. Stop, bro. Dude, stop. Oh my God, he literally can't. He then goes on to say, "Oh, kid you."
Like, these guys that are covering this are not, you know, top 10 in the world or top 15 in the world, but they've played the game and they know all these things.
This is max difficulty on hardcore. If there's a way to get higher difficulty, I don't know what it is, but this is everything maxed out.
Path of Exile has boss fights and end-game bosses, which are quote-unquote difficult battles, which Elon actually did do in one of his streams, where he just went into the end-game boss and died repeatedly to it. Maps are just farming. You go into maps and you farm them for loot and experience.
Maps are just how you build your character up over and over and over. It's kind of like World of Warcraft. If you ever played it, there's just like a shit ton of stuff you got to do to build your character up, and then you go to like dungeons and bosses and shit. So maps are literally just gathering materials, supplies, and shit that you need to build your character up. Then you go to boss battles.
They're not the most difficult battles, and I don't know if he's trying to deceive people watching a stream into thinking that he's doing some insanely hard thing, whenever he's literally doing something you do to effectively grind or farm. And if you thought this was bad, I did not even get to the worst part. In Path of Exile, gear has requirements to equip it, but that has nothing to do necessarily with how good it is. For example, one of the most powerful and best items in the game is a level 1 required to equip staff, which is maybe, I think, even the most meta build in the game right now. It's super, super broken, insane damage. And Elon Musk starts going over his gear.
This is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league. You cannot even buy it. Insane.
It's so good. It's only a drop. You can't buy it. You can't pay for it. He has basically the best weapon in the game. He's like, I don't know, it's only a level 67.
Weapon.
These affixes are, I'd hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect.
177% increased physical damage. Adds 27 to 49 physical damage. 93 plus 93 to accuracy rating. Plus 2.7% to critical hit chance. Plus 36% to critical damage bonus. 19% increased attack speed. These are amazing attributes for his weapon. Like, it doesn't get better than this. Not all in one weapon. This is arguably one of the best weapons in the game. He's like, I don't know, it's only a level 62.
Perfect.
Just the PvPS.
But the requirements, the level requirements, have nothing to do with it.
Criteria on trade. We can see there's literally one staff in existence on the entire market. Not only does Elon have a staff that you can't even buy, but it's so good that the second best one, which is missing 2 of what makes.
So the only staff that you can buy that's even close to it is still missing 2 of the attributes. Right? The best one that you can buy from the store.
Staff so powerful for an invoker, which is the crit and crit bonus, is still 20 divines, and that's obviously very expensive.
Here I am, like level 95, but my staff is only level 62. My helmet is level 56.
Int, lightning, and chaos resist. Okay, it's only 56.
Amulet level 61. Ring is only level 48, 49. At least
Again, someone who plays this game would know that that required level has little to do with it. Very little to do with it. Sometimes it tracks. A lot of times it doesn't.
Level 75 jacket.
It's a jacket with 6 things. Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
They can only ever be level 52. Bro, Elon Musk is a fucking fraud, bro.
Pretty low level compared to my character level, but it seems to work pretty well. In softcore, you can get much better equipment.
In order for him to have insane gear, he has to understand how the economy works. He has to be basically trading.
Anyone who's played Path of Exile to the end game in a trade league knows that you have to trade in order to obtain what looks like some of the best gear pieces in the entire game. If we look at some of these player accounts, we can see what they have for trade. 700 plus items for sale, multiple divine items. You can see hundreds of divines worth of listed items. This is also someone from the
These are his equals, right? What are they? It's in a trade league where they trade gear because that's the only way to get some of the gear that you actually need to beat some of the bosses. You can't buy it, right? And it's so rare for it to drop that you have to trade around for it. You might need this piece of gear that someone has, and they need something that you have, right? Not Elon.
Top 10, I'm ranked number 4. Focus here, worth 50 divines alone. This is the number 1 guy. You can see he's hundreds of divines, again, worth of items, multiple mirrors, all these players. If we go to Elon's account, he's got only 21 items for sale, and they're all absolute garbage. It's clear he's really not making much money, or any money at all. So something I did notice last week, I did the same search because I was curious what he might have been selling, and I grabbed the screenshot, which I shared to my Discord, and it's this really, really, really crappy crossbow for 18 divines. So why is it listed for 18 divines, and where did it go? Is it possible he vendored it? Yes. Why was it listed for 18 divines? I don't really know. I don't want to fuel any conspiracy theories, but
because somebody's trading him the shit he needs while he uses this to get the money he needs. Somebody's probably paying not only his account, but another account as well all day long.
I have been made aware that RMT, typically they use legitimate listings that are far overpriced, and that is how they mask the transaction as legitimate. So if he were to buy 18 divines for, $100 US or whatever, he could have done so through this listing.
And if you needed any more proof that Elon is 100% boosted, he was playing the game today inside of maps, blasting, while simultaneously on a X space tour.
Oh no. He was live talking on an X space while also playing at his level and didn't mention either one on the other one. Wild.
Talking to like some far right wing part of some German government. I don't know, some political bullshit. Okay, I guess he's just that much of a god gamer.
So it's proven Elon Musk has a boosted account that someone else is doing this for him, right? And he will not back off of it. He would rather leak messages, call out Asmongold, say he's shit at fucking games. He doesn't know a good gamer. He's just good at commentary.
This is the most fucking PR speak.
I would much rather see somebody that is like a fucking, rocket surgeon come in and be like fucking average at like Baldur's Gate 3, right? Or just playing it for the storyline, or just playing it because their friend told them to and they're not really good at it. Then someone who has to be the best at fucking everything, so they lie, cheat, steal, and find a backdoor in there to get their name on a fucking list just to run around and say they're the best. One of the best.
Like, this is literally a meme expression. It's a meme expression. Like,
don't you ever talk that way to me. Yeah, never. What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Like, this, he's literally giving the meme answer here.
This would be something I'd be down to do, but I wanted to check with my editors. And, we talked for a bit and everything was really good. As I said before, I've liked Elon for a long time. And so, I was having a conversation with him and he was talking about like what...
By the way, the reason he's mad at Asmongold is because Asmongold not only did a video and called him out, he also sent him a DM and saying, hey, you're flying a little too close to the sun, huh? 97 in PoE? Do you think people really believe that you're grinding to the level that these other people are that are equal with you, right? Playing 40, 50, 60 hours, 100 hours a week. maybe you should just had an account at like 85 instead of fucking 97.
You know, what I would want to do to like maybe upload content onto X, right, onto Twitter. And so I told them like basically this would be something I'd be down to do, but I wanted to check with my editors. I think that there was a communication breakdown here because I think that Elon thought that what I meant by editors is like the New York Times editors or like whatever. So yes,
like I'm sorry.
Yeah, he thought that you were owned and operated by the New York Times. That's what he thought.
Sorry, let's say that we assume that all of that is true. The largest owner of one of the largest social media platforms in the world would make an assumption like that? Like, do you understand how unbelievably and unfathomably stupid that is? Is Elon, I watched that one video. I'm trying hard, okay? I'm trying real hard, boss.
Asmongold does not, like, Elon did him fucking dirty, dude, and he does not want to burn that bridge. Well, maybe he misunderstood me and thought that I work for the New York Times, and that's why he said I'm not my own man, that I'm bought and paid for, that I have a boss, that I'm not good at gaming, that I'm like, he does not want to burn this bridge, dude.
To not think that Elon Musk is also a 75 IQ or that he's like legitimately, people made fun of Don Lemon for asking this. I think this, I think I said it at the time. I think this is a legitimate question, and I think we do deserve some transparency here.
Listen, I'm not asking you anything that anyone else hasn't asked you about your controversial stuff that you tweet. You post a lot of controversial stuff. Is that considered blowing off steam? Well, I guess I do enjoy using the platform. I mean, I do call the X platform the PvP or player versus player.
A communication error / breakdown is a legitimate expression. What the point of that clip? The point of that clip was when the guy was saying, what we have here is a failure to communicate, is a meme. He doesn't mean that. What he means is that the Luke Prisoner guy is obstinate as fuck and won't take his orders directly. And instead of saying like, this motherfucker just won't listen to me, he won't bend the knee when I'm asking him to, this is a euphemistic way of like, oh, well, you know, I'm just failing to communicate, you know, a little tongue-in-cheeky. But like the problem is he's not listening. He's not taking orders, right? So for Asman to come out here, it's like, well, I think we just had like a failure in communication, is an equivocation on what's happening. There's not a failure to communicate. Everything's being communicated loud and clear. Elon wants Asmongold to get down on his knees and take it, and that's what's going on here. And the fact that Asmongold is like so willing to play along is just unbelievable. But sorry, back to this. Like, what is going on with Elon? This is a legitimate line of questioning.
PvP or player versus player platform. So video games, there's player versus like environment, where you're not playing against other people, and then there's PvP, which is like hardcore. You're actually playing against other people. And, but that's blowing off steam for you. Yeah, it is to some degree, not always. I mean, obviously I use it for to post jokes, to post you know, sometimes trivia, sometimes things that are of great importance. So you do a lot of it at night, like late at night. So when you're doing this, are you sober when you do it? Like, almost always. Under the influence of anything? No, I don't drink. I don't really. No. But you've admitted that you have a ketamine prescription. Yeah. What's that for? Well, I mean, it's pretty private to ask somebody about a medical prescription. You know, feel like you ever abuse it? I don't think so. If you use too much ketamine,
I don't think so. What does that mean?
If you use too much ketamine, you can't really get work done. So I have a lot of work. So I'm typically putting in like 16-hour days. That's normal for me, and it's rare for me to even take off a weekend day. So I don't really have like a situation where I can be not mentally acute for an extended period of time. Like I can't really get wasted with
what a fucking non-answer. I don't think so.
Do you ever
like? I don't even know. That's the most substance abuser answer. Yeah, I'm trying to be charitable, and there really should be. There should be no charitability for Elon. He's like used it all.
Here's how you answer that question. I take it as prescribed.
Like if somebody asks me, like, do you abuse your, do I abuse my vitamins? Like the response would be like, no, I have a prescription for this daily dose. This is all I take. It's a daily dose. I have a prescription for 60 milligrams a day. In the morning or at 12 o'clock, I take my pill. That's it. If you think that's abusing a drug, then fine, I abuse a drug, but that's it. That's a really easy stuff. But if somebody were to say like, oh, like do you abuse your vitamins? I'm like, well, I mean, no, I'm sober. I mean, I work 16-hour days like all the time. Like I wouldn't be able to be in a state where I'm not like mentally sharp as I have to be sharp to do my job. Like that kind of sounds like an abuser answer, but I don't know. That's just me. That sounds like a weird answer to me.
Do you think this cocaine has become a problem at your job? No. I still do everything. I check every box. I'm there when people come in, when people leave. I'm still there. I'm there every day. I don't take weekends off. I do all the paperwork faster than everybody else. Yeah, but that... What?
But I think that the public probably does have a bit of an interest in this. Well, even without being that, like controlling the largest social media platform and being so actively involved in it. Remember, this is like unprecedented, right? Jack Dorsey was not tweeting as much as Elon is, like the face of Twitter or X.
Literally, most of the time that these faces, right, the owners of these, they tweet out like simple things like, hey, we hit 100 million viewers on something, or the 10th anniversary, or our stock went live. You know, they're not out here fucking arguing with people over far right talking. Like, what the fuck?
Zuckerberg, he only posts like PR happy messages on fucking Facebook. He's not like that actively involved. Elon Musk is like in the throes. He is like so actively involved in the social media platform. I think there is an interest in knowing, like, does he have like a drug problem? Like,
I think that there was a communication breakdown here, because I think that Elon thought that what I meant by editors is like the New York Times editors, or like whatever. So yes, basically Cat Danny caused this to happen is what I'm trying to say. A daily dose of Asmongold. That's right. And so so basically so then that happens, and we basically I didn't do, like, when I went to bed, I had the check mark and I had the gaming thing. When I woke up, I had neither. Then I had the check mark. Then I had the check mark and the gaming.
Only a bit off topic, but Hank Green has a pretty strong based opinion that we should call it Twitter, not X. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. I got other shit to do. The only reason I like to call it X is because I don't think Elon should get credit for Twitter. And I think that the shittiness and the horribleness that is X should be like separately known from Twitter. Like, I'd rather call it X and give him credit for the dog shit that it's become.
Thing, and now I only have the check mark. So just so we are all clear on what happened,
he started with check mark and gaming tag. He lost them both at different times, got them singularly back at different times, and now he only has a check.
So go to bed, check mark and gaming tag. Wake up, neither. Later, check mark, but no gaming tag. After that, check mark and gaming tag. Now, check mark, no gaming tag. This is what's happened. I didn't. So, and Elon can also treat this as my formal application to the Trump administration's video games czar position that they can create for me. I think that if anything, this shows my my lack of bias and my ruthless pursuit of the truth. And so that's okay. Anyway, and so.
How do you combat this tactic of making
1,000% a child
answer to Trump and Elon doing something clearly abhorrent?
So fucking weird. It's like these people have never been told no their entire life.
You can't. Like I said, I don't believe.
Or you're wrong. No, you're wrong. But here's the correct answer.
I didn't have this ingenious comparison I had before. That you it's like a league game where you're playing ranked league and your ally is feeding and inting. You can't do anything about it. If somebody on your team wants to int, then the worse you do, the more epic and hilarious it is. They'll be like, I don't know if you can type in all chat anymore. I think they got rid of that, right? But they'll be like typing in all chat before, like trying to feed on their own team, like helping the enemy, literally. Like, oh, they're about to gank bot lane. Like, watch out. Like, there's nothing you can do except hope the person gets banned. Yeah. You said the 6 or...
Inting is intentionally feeding.
7 months ago? Oh shit, did I?
Inting.
Oh, well, there you go. But that's what it feels like. It feels like you have just an inting teammate. It's just fucking annoying.
That's someone that just goes up to the enemy, because in like league, like he's talking about, it's you versus another team, and they're intentionally dying on purpose to give the other team the upper hand over and over again.
A consolidation. And so anyway,
did Asmongold leak any more DMs, or was it just the ones that Elon leaked?
Asmon in GIMP suit being led by Elon Musk, ultra realistic. They're talking about Chat GPT prompts.
It's going to be good. When are you going to get in the ring with Elon? Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, that definitely not for me. And so anyway, so that's the relationship that I have with my editors. You know, we run multiple channels. The way that we do revenue is a little bit different for each one, but pretty much that's the way that we've been doing things. And we've been doing this for many years. Like I'm talking about like 5 years. And before then, they were just pretty much running the channels themselves. We had a consolidation maybe in like, I think it was 2019, 2020 for a number of reasons.
He literally said that he's like, I don't want to leak DMs. That's probably against Twitter's terms of service. And someone's like, well, he already leaked them. And he's like, yeah, but he owns the company. I'm just some guy on the platform. But I thought Elon was bringing like this fairness where everybody's treated equally, where the left isn't going to just ban you because you say something they didn't like, or take your check mark, or shadow ban you. I thought Elon was bringing this fairness. So whatever Elon does, you could do, Asmongold. Yeah, you got enough pull.
Reasons, and then now everything's pretty much all on one channel. And
Elon strong arms Asmongold, and Asmongold excuses Elon. Is that what I'm saying here? Yep. More authoritarian behavior, although it's just a meme and a joke because it's just video games. But like, this is it, right? The same thing happened with Zuckerberg, arguably. Trump says in his book that he's going to lock him up in prison for life. He posts on Truth Social that people are going to go to federal prison for election interference, like they've already engaged in, and then they suddenly bend the knee. And people get mad at these guys, which I am, and I think they do deserve some heat. But like at the end of the day, this is this is like authoritarian shit. Thus, you need to go hard on benchmark right-wing Jews. They support Trump and spread hate against other races, women, and trans people. For him, it's okay to go for money as long as his identity is being attacked. Sure, I agree.
And so, yeah, that's basically it. And that's the way the content is. And so anyway, from what you talk about, it removes your check mark. This isn't believing consequences to speech. I think that he will see my point of view in time. And I understand that
he'll come around.
He's probably annoyed by it, and he might feel a bit betrayed. But I feel like I'd be betraying him if I didn't talk about it.
Like, why would Elon feel betrayed? What, are you guys like fucking brothers? Like betrayal implies loyalty.
He doesn't have this feeling when he covers anybody else on the internet. Just Elon, for some reason.
Like if I posted something mean about somebody and I say, I don't want to betray that person, like it implies that I have like some loyal connection to them. What the fuck?
Because if you want me to be honest and you want me to have a platform that is, I think that in general, like for a number of things, Elon and I are very much aligned with like the viewpoints that we have. And people might not like that, but it is a fact.
Elon Musk is in a relationship with Amber Heard at one time, right?
And so I can't use that. And then
I also don't know. God, there are so many like little tactics and stuff that's deployed. The false victimizing, like the hero stuff. I don't know.
Go type in news on Google.
You do this on the left. Like I'm trying to think of this over. Like imagine I'm in a progressive space. I'm like, people might not like the fact that I think white people have done some bad things in American history. People might come at me. People might have an issue because I think trans people and gay people haven't been given a fair shake in this country. Like it's like this. Like people might not like that me and Elon are aligned. Like who, bro? Who are you talking to? Nobody in your audience. What are you talking about?
People might not like that, but it is a fact.
Who?
And so
people that already don't watch you and don't like you, like.
I can't use that and then be basically, making stuff up and defending it. I can't do that because then it destroys the credibility. Does that make sense? Video was pretty mild.
Might hurt his credibility.
It's crazy to me. He accuses you to be. I think your video was pretty mild. Yeah, I tried to do that. It's crazy.
Why?
To me.
Why'd you try to make the video?
Why'd you try to be mild? You're the guy that goes over the top, that calls people out, that calls a spade, that doesn't give anybody a break. That you tried to be mild with Elon Musk?
Feel mild. That you only made, by the way, after getting called out by everybody for not making a video on it. And then it was the most milquetoast 33-minute video ever. But
accuses you to be under some boot while you covered him negatively, basically on the most powerful person people on earth. Well, sure. Well, anyway, this is my life, okay? So initially, I'm an Elon Musk dick rider, and I'll defend him no matter what.
You still are. Nobody ever changed their mind on that.
Nope.
And then I'm ignoring the Quinn video.
Because you're an Elon Musk dick rider, yes.
Then I watch the Quinn video.
And then don't make a video on it. You don't commentate on it at all. You're still a dick rider, yes.
And now Elon Musk is mad at me. I'm like getting my verification taken away on Twitter.
He's mad at you because you're a dick rider and you stopped writing. Yes, this is all the exact same thought from start to finish. There's not a single contradiction in anything that's being said here.
And it's like...
And you only got off the dick to like take a breath, right? You just took a single breath and got right back on the dick. It still wasn't good enough.
It doesn't matter what I do.
This is like saying, like, people accuse me of being a simp, okay? Just because I happen to cover, okay, the entire cost for dinner for my wife and her boyfriend and her other boyfriend, people say that I'm a fucking simp. And then when I tell my wife, hey, I don't think I'm gonna cover your guys' dinner tonight, okay, because I'm out of money and my third job that I'm working to pay for you and all of your boyfriends is too much, people still call me a simp. And then when she gets mad at me and says, no, you have to get a fourth job, and then I work that fourth job and I pay for it, people are still calling me a simp. Like, I can't win. Yeah, no shit. What the f are you talking about? Like, what part of this is not being a dick rider?
I think your video was pretty mild. Yeah, I tried to do that. It's crazy to me. He accuses you to be under some boot while you covered him negatively, basically on the most powerful person people on earth. Well, sure. Well, anyway, this is my life, okay? So initially, I'm an Elon Musk rider, and I'll defend him no matter what. And then I'm ignoring the Quinn video. Then I watch the Quinn video.
These are all true statements.
Elon Musk is mad at me. I'm like getting my verification taken away on Twitter. And it's like, it just doesn't matter what I do.
Like, all of that was simp behavior. Why would you, like he's saying then and then, and then all of this was simp behavior.
People are going to have something to say about it. You know what I mean? That's just it.
Well, he literally said his video was mild.
I think your take on the mental state of Elon after this? I mean,
what's he going to say? Elon is probably just very stressed because he takes...
People always say I'm a Trump dick rider. I worship everything that Trump ever said. I support him even when he's wrong and come up with excuses for him. But one time I said his hair doesn't look as orange as it usually does. And then he gets mad at me and I immediately backtrack and people are now saying I'm a dick rider? Wow. Get out of here.
He makes so much for us, for America. He's probably under so much stress running all these companies, single-handedly building spaceships and satellites. He's probably so stressed, man. I get it. It's a lot of people coming at him for everything, and I just added to that stress. I should be making my boyfriend's life easier, not harder. I know what I did. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, let's see.
What's your take on the mental state of Elon after this? I mean, I've been so embarrassed to be in public, worst person, am I overthinking it? I think that he just doesn't give a shit, and he says whatever he thinks in the moment, and that's basically about it.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
But he has a meltdown because you accused him of something. If he didn't give a shit about it, would he even address it?
Tweeting about this all morning and yesterday, I think. Or he's been tweeting about this for a day. The guy who pays people to smurf my accounts. The guy who is trying so hard to tell everybody, you know what? Could this be a national security risk? I want Elon investigated. What if people actually believed that Elon was a rank 2 ladder hero and we find out that the booster for his account is Russian and that booster says, listen, if you don't turn off the satellite.
That's a cheap. Elon Musk has money, so he might just play the #1 guy to build his account. But the cheapest way to do that, it's actually kind of dangerous because they might steal your account or your information or scan your credit card or some shit. But the cheapest way to do that is actually pay a bot farm in Russia or fucking Africa or somewhere.
Satellites over Ukraine. I'm going to go to the media. I'm going to tell everybody that I boosted your account. This could be a national security risk. I think we need records in Congress over how well Elon Musk can play video games. I think that we need to have Elon Musk in a congressional hearing demonstrating his skills. I want to see how fast Elon Musk can do.
That's right. Give him a level 60 character, and we're going to time him and see how long it takes him to get it to a level 90 character. In front of Congress with a stopwatch going. 12-hour days.
A 100% speedrun of Mario 64. I think the public deserves to know. I want to see if Elon Musk can clear all of the, what do they call them in Path of Exile? Is it your Ubers? What are the weird dungeons you clear to get your fucking bullshit stuff? I don't even remember. I want to see him do it. I want to see him do it. I want to see Elon. Can he do the BXR? Can he sword dash? I need to see this. Can he bunny hop? He said he was one of the best Quake players in the world. I want to see him bunny hop on Quake. I want to see if he can do it. I bet he couldn't do any of it. And I want him to be in Congress in front of the world in a public hearing. I want him to be humiliated when he can't do it. And then I'll feel safe.
That's just like, I don't know. I guess I've grown up with a lot of people like that. It's just pretty normal to me. Yeah.
It's pretty normal? What?
Oh, I bet.
Actually, yeah.
These are the people I grew up with, guys.
I bet AOC, because she got up to silver or something. Did she ever get the Golden League? I bet AOC is a better gamer than Elon Musk. I said it.
People want me to go full nuclear about it. I don't think that it's necessary to do that. I don't want to create drama. As I said before, maybe I want to go to SpaceX one day. I think that'd be really cool. If I could go live stream one of the rocket launches, that'd be great.
Like, I don't understand how he can just get away with this. Like, it's just like blatant partisan bullshit. And it's like, this is actually, would you say oligarchical or capitalist owner control of media and the government, right? The richest man in the world, who owns the social media platform that I post on, is also just so happens to be the owner of the private company that now gets contracts from the U.S. government to launch spaceships. And so maybe I want to be nice to that guy so I can gain favorable access to his other company. Like, this is literally whatever you think lobbyists or oligarchs might do, or whatever. Oligarchs are worse. I need to stop using that word. We're not at the oligarch point yet. But like, this is literally the type of behavior that you would be concerned about. Like, I don't want to give disfavorable coverage to a guy. Also, this is over something incredibly inconsequential, right? This is over something incredibly inconsequential.
I gotta watch what I say because this guy that works for the government and for this government contracted space agency might not let me come on his premises to watch a rocket be shot. You know what I'm saying? Or take my verification and shadow ban me on the social media account platform he also owns.
How could you ever expect to be critical of Elon Musk when he actually does something really bad? Will he not cover that for the same reason?
Said before, maybe I want to go to SpaceX one day. I think that'd be really cool. If I could go live stream one of the rocket launches, that'd be great. So no, I don't want to go and start a bunch of drama and burn a bridge. Absolutely not. Why would I do that?
I don't want to start a bunch of drama and burn a bridge. Well, Elon burned the bridge and then rebuilt it out of Asmongold's tears.
You're the guy who calls people out.
And Elon started
for doing this exact thing.
By faking up an account. Why would you do this? Asmon is a Twitch live streamer, not an NBC Nightly News host, so stop expecting to act like some politics. What do you mean? Asmon is the largest politics streamer on Twitch. I think it's okay to criticize him here when he's getting into direct confrontations with one of the company owners in the United States and the richest man in the world. I think it's totally fair to be critical of this.
Why would I do that? It makes no sense.
This is also one of the reasons why.
Maybe he wants to go to space one day.
Who knows? About me. One of the reasons why I'm like on an island so much. Like, I guess, like, I wouldn't say I have money. Billionaires do, okay? But like, there's a thing I've been reading.
If you're the guy who covers people online doing fucked up shit and they did fucked up shit, you just got to be able to risk burning that bridge, right? You just got to be, and the people who confided or came to you or became close to you have to know that if they're full of shit, you have to call out that they're full of shit.
A lot on Twitter, like, why would you have money and then not say you can, right? But I can afford a lot of independence. I don't need other communities to support me. I don't need other networks for bullshit. I don't need that, right? I don't have fuck you money, but I can enjoy a lot of independence. But if I'm the only one that ever does it, then what's the point? Like, this would be a time where, and Asmongold and I are not politically aligned at all because I'm not a far right authoritarian suck. Okay, we're not aligned at all politically. But like, if there was ever a time, like, nobody has any spine or backbone. Asmongold is, I imagine Asmongold is wealthier than I am, potentially much wealthier. I don't know how he manages his money or what his other revenue streams are. No, with his YouTube, he absolutely is. This is an eight-figure net worth guy. He must be, would be my assumption. Must be. How are you, like, have a spine? Just have like the smallest spine. Because keep in mind the type of training that we're seeing.
I heard they had an oxygen leak that was beyond the capacity of them being able to vent it. So rapid deconstruction
here, right? What is the message that we send here? There's a reason why Donald Trump calls people out in his posts and puts names in parentheses. They do this for a particular reason. The reason why they do this is because they know it's a signal to you need to fall in line or else I'm going to destroy you, right? And you're reinforcing the behavior. Like, imagine if Asmongold comes out here and he's like, sorry, fuck Elon, this is bullshit, right? And maybe more people do because now they feel emboldened or encouraged because he's a bigger streamer doing it, so they feel a little bit more comfortable being critical of him. Maybe that sends a message to Elon saying like, well, okay, fuck, I can't just come down on everybody and like, you know, take away their check mark and do everything. I can't just come down on every single person like that, right? Because obviously it's going to be, it's not working for me. But now he's like reinforcing.
I didn't see it. I just heard other people talking about
behavior. Like, if you're Elon, okay, well, you just like do this over and over and over again. Like, Elon is correct in his enforcement here of his platform and his ideology and his, I guess, like reputation by bullying other people, by leveraging the power he has because he's getting rewarded for it. So we should continue to do this. If you're Elon, you would be smart to continue to act this way. So
if you keep throwing your weight around, even when you're fucking wrong and everybody cucks to you, why would you ever stop? Honestly, Trump made Elon, and Trump is probably the only person that can destroy Elon. It's not gonna be his wife or his kid or his other kid he pretends that doesn't exist because they're trans. Trump's gonna have to destroy him. And it's because he's gonna, again, fly too close to the sun.
I don't know, it's just fucking annoying. But
straight up political journalists reach out to me because they're like, hey, do you know this Quinn guy? I'm not even kidding. I've had people reach out to me.
You hate your friend just because he worked at SpaceX. Good friend you are.
So I can put them in.
Oh, I bet Hassan, what I was going to say here. I bet Hassan's going to say he probably cockblocks Quinn from all these connections because he doesn't like Quinn because Quinn either said nice things about me or Quinn said mean things about Hassan. I don't remember, but unless he was, maybe I'm totally right.
Contact with Quinn. Now, if Quinn wants to, he followed me recently and I followed him back just now. And I DM'd him, I was like, if you want, I can put you in contact with some of these people and you can go and talk about this administration. But it is so funny to me that this investigative reporting from Quinn is causing so many fissures. Ryan Grimm reached out directly to me. He was like, hey man, so are you friends with this Quinn guy? He's in your space. I would love to have him on the broadcast. Like, can you imagine?
Okay, everyone.
Right. Well, the only way he will is if Elon Musk tries to take a spotlight. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Donald Trump just wants fucking billionaires around him, and wants to keep them happy unless somebody steps in his spotlight.
And tweeted at him. Oh my god, dude, are you serious?
Sure, legend.
That we had an anomaly with that.
Now change the story and expect us to believe you.
Up to the end of that ascent burn for the ship.
You lost
when
all.
We stopped until, or when we started to lose a couple of the engines, we saw those dropping out, and then we did lose telemetry from the ship. So that means we didn't have contact with it. So at this point, we are assuming that the ship has been lost.
Things are good so far.
What is this? What is it? Well, okay, just quick derailment.
Guy, I'm not even kidding. I've had people reach out to me so I can put them in contact with Quinn. Now, if Quinn wants to, he followed me recently and I followed him back just now. And I didn't know, like, you want, I can put you in contact with some people if you want to go and talk about this in mainstream news. But it is so funny to me that this story.
Wait, are we implying that Ryan Grimm and Breaking Points? Wait, did they do Breaking Points? That's one of the shows he's on, right? Is that mainstream news? Is that
this investigative reporting from?
Bring games together, folks. Right, wrong. Yeah, I think we'll give it, which is like. But also, you know what it seems like? It's another world, and they're all like hardcore politicized as fuck. And ultimately, I'm not in that world. I don't know if I want to be in that world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just, ultimately in another world. At the end of the day, I could legitimately go on a tour right now. When I say tour, like 3 or 4 podcasts, I could go to like 3 or 4 like event things. With some of them, I believe one of them may have actually been on like actual just normal regular television, and just be like, Elon Musk bad, guys. Elon Musk bad. Elon Musk. But I mean, I could just tweet that, bro. I can just tweet Elon Musk bad. What do you like? Really, it's like he keeps making a clown of himself. I don't need to do anything. Look what he did this morning with the whole Asmongold situation. Like he's doing it himself. He don't need someone to come on there and say Elon Musk bad, right? They can just point at what he's doing and be like, yo.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know 100% what Quinn's politics are. I feel like I've heard him go back and forth. He might literally be like a non-political person, not like conservatives say they are when they say, "Oh, I'm not political," and they're all super political. But in a way, this is like kind of one of the problems.
I don't think he wants to bring it to his channel when all he does is video games. Why would you run off half your audience potentially when all you do is video games?
Right, where Quinn made a video. It's pretty obvious Elon's in the bad.
I saw a lot of MAGA people like Asmongold, right? He's had some pretty, what they would call base takes on things in the news and in social circles and shit around Trump or whatever.
They're wrong, and he did a bad thing. It was stupid. But like Quinn is like a gamer, he covered it, but he doesn't like care much. But if Quinn was like a more political person or like a podcaster or a fucking comedian or whatever, he would be making like all the fucking rounds if it was shitting on. If he was like a different type of like, it's just another annoying kind of thing. This isn't Quinn's fault at all, but the writers are so good at being political and everything. People keep linking this bullshit about Elon Musk and his horrible dog shit Elden Ring build. I don't care about this. If he's bad at games, there's nothing wrong with him being bad at games. And
right. Don't be faking. Like he did play this game and was Elden Ring. I couldn't think of the name of it. Elden Ring, and was incredibly bad at it. You just have to do that, right? You just have to be bad at it. But he got so much, people were making fun of him so much. I think that's why he bots his other accounts, because he doesn't want this situation to happen again.
There's nothing wrong with him tweeting like cringe shitty like Elden Ring or Dark Souls builds up. Like everybody sucks at that game on the average, right? You watch streamers play and hardcore people play on fucking wiki guides and YouTube guides, whatever. But like being bad at this is fine. It's whatever. The average person is not that great at video games. It's the fact that he pretends that he's a fucking pro. The fact that he told Lex, did we watch this on stream or was this off stream? Oh wait, actually it might have literally been in Quinn's tweet.
Time of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
You're actually like a world-class, incredible video game player.
Yeah.
Paragon.
This is a world-class, incredible video game player.
Not true. Elon was never a world-class Quake player. He was never good at Quake. That is not true. He's fucking lying about this. I don't even think he can name more than one weapon. I don't know if he can name a single weapon on Quake. He was never, I think he probably played casually. I think there's a guy called Thresh who's like, oh yeah, I think he played in lanes with us sometimes. But he just lies about everything. Everything. Thresh is apparently the only guy that has said anything publicly about playing with him. So truly, he played against a young Elon Musk. Can you describe the circumstances? Was he any good? It was Quake at the time. It was server-based play. These were largely self-hosted servers. There wasn't a central matchmaking service. You would just log into servers that were close to you because latency and lag and ping were very big deals. Probably the most popular West Coast server was hosted at Stanford by a bunch of grad students. I still remember its IP. Kitty 1.
This is back in the day when this community was like a handful of fucking people. And he still wasn't a top player. People would remember him by name.
.stanford.edu. It was hosted on the Stanford backbone internet fiber, so it was just blazing fast. So everyone that was in California played on Kitty 1. It was essentially the entire scene. So I used to play there, obviously, and Elon used to play there. He was running a company called Zip2 at the time, so his username was Zip2. So I played against him many, many times. Was he any good? He was okay. I know he claimed that he was one of the top players. He was definitely not one of the top players. I can confirm that he was a very active Quake player. I saw him a lot. He was on a decent team. He's a legit gamer. But like, I think this is the only guy who's ever like confirmed even having played with Elon. It's just so cringe. God, I fucking hate him.
He has to be the best at everything. I think Destiny's got a fucking... I think he had a sponsorship or something to cover. I don't know. I didn't watch I only watched about a quarter of the video earlier.
Like, shit.
What is happening? Oh. Ooh. Come for the Instagram fucking photos. Leave with the fucking brass burns. Did you guys see that round? When the ejected shell occasion hits the wall, hits the ground, and comes down in her... whatever the fuck, waders? What the fuck is she wearing? Bounces right down her waders.
Oh my God, and she shot at the ground too. Oh, holy shit.
Oh, she fired again? Holy fuck!
You're not supposed
Did she just shoot her lunchbox? Where the fuck is range safety? Dude, you want to talk about range safety? When you go to, there's a bunch of idiots that go to boot camp, right? And it's almost like the drill sergeants at boot camp are waiting to beat the shit out of you when you do something. Fucking tackle you, fucking punch you in the face, take your gun away from you and hit you with it. Like, they're waiting for somebody to do something stupid. But civilian range safety, probably not the same, I would guess. I think she shot her lunchbox, to be honest with you.
on too. Oh, holy shit. Shit. You're not
much for that Louis Vuitton, baby.
Range because stuff can, anytime you shoot a gun.
That's the Instagram reel. Don't worry about it.
The cartridge, the brass comes out and it could get inside your clothes. Unless you're into that. Oh, wait, hold on. Final meme. Holy shit. Wait, 133 into this video, he talks about his Quake days.
Okay, one more. One more. Tell us about Quake.
The game is really like super hard, it kind of forces you to concentrate.
I have a recording in DMs with Elon Musk that might shed some light in the situation.
There's no way he played that account. Like, I'm sorry. I think he bought the account or somebody played it for him. 100%.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this.
This guy is a top Musk meat muncher. He's not going to defend the Path of Exile 2 gameplay, is he?
Just right past Kazov. He's right past Kazov.
Now, what I think is even funnier about this is that it obviously calls into question him playing Diablo 4. D4 was so fucking easy. People couldn't even tell. They're like, oh, yeah, is this like a random noob or is this the best player in the world? Like, I don't know. I mean,
in some strange turn of events in the weirdest timeline imaginable, a poor trailer park boy, that's me by the way, ended up playing Diablo 4, the richest man alive, Elon Musk. As fate would have it, I made a terrible video about a terrible build, and it was an instant hit. I was a part of an elite squad who exclusively played Druid. Not just because we hated ourselves, but also because Rex showed us that if we worked hard enough, we could deal 17 damage someday. And one of those chads was the man himself, Elon Keanu Reeves Musk. Okay, Google actually says that his middle name is Reeve, but they're both beyond reproach, so it's basically the same thing, right? Right? I don't know how to break this to you guys, but Elon Musk is a fucking nerd. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that a guy who builds rockets and jumps like this might be a sweaty gamer, but I'll let you listen to our conversation and decide for yourself.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Split.
Okay, gamers do this stupid thing where gamers assume that everybody's a gamer. Like, people back in the day when we did StarCraft literally assumed that if you go to South Korea and you're like good at StarCraft, that like girls will suck your dick. If you were a really good StarCraft player, like one of the best in the world, and you go to South Korea, if you were one of the top gamers in the world, girls would still think you're a fucking loser. Nobody cares. You were a fucking nerd. You were a video game nerd, okay? Now, today, nerd culture has gotten bigger, but nerd culture is not necessarily gamer culture.
Is that true, Etsuko? You live in one of the Koreas, don't you? One of the Chinas? I can't fucking remember.
Single like dev is not a fucking gamer. Like if you go to fucking Facebook or Amazon or any of these like big coding and you go in, you're like, oh, what's up? All these devs are like, you guys are all like huge gamers, right? Like, oh, I bet you all fucking play games. Like there are a lot of devs who are just like, no, I don't fucking play games. That's fucking loser shit, right? They might be like into like internet culture, but they're not necessarily like, just because a guy's an engineer or like a programmer or a developer, like doesn't mean he's a hardcore fucking gamer. Like,
but Elon Musk is a fucking nerd. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that a guy who builds rockets and jumps like this might be a sweaty gamer, but I'll let you listen to our conversation and decide for yourself.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Play. So I actually made mine like the first paid tournament in the US. Nice. And we came second. We were first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed out with the game, so we came second in the end. But I had a ridiculous amount of time to break.
Like there should be, if that's true, there should be like a log or something. Can somebody post like a record of this tourney? When it was like the first tournament.
When did this tournament happen? This would be a big fucking deal. The very first ever Quake tournament.
Ever for Quake? This must be archived somewhere, right? Now, maybe there's not like a VOD available of it, but...
And companies going back or something. But it's I play it just to kind of like... If it's a hard game, I'm forced to concentrate. Yep. And then it quiets the demons in my mind. Killing the demons in the game.
Quiets the demons in my mind. Says the guy who uses ketamine to...
How is that proof? How is that shed some light on this situation? How did that do any of that? Fucking losers. Fucking video game nerds. I like video games, but there's no way I could ever compete with like the time that these fucking people put in. Plus, I'm older and my hand slows down and shit. I fucking, you're talking about fucking hours and hours and hours and hours and hours every fucking day, day in and day out. And then you quit. Like you don't play for a couple weeks to take vacation and some shit and you're fucking slow again. You gotta come back and build all that shit back up. I do enjoy video games though. I'm just bad at them. There was one. Where did I send the video? Oh shit, I forgot to boot this up. God damn it, we'll play something Dr. J sent. It probably sucks. I'm gonna preface this. It probably fucking sucks. Dr. J Banana sent it, and it probably fucking sucks. I don't know what to tell you.
This is not the scene of an accident. This is actually the classic Chinese scam called porcelain bumping, or 碰瓷 in Chinese. Everybody in China knows about this. Some cops even use this as a way to make sure that drivers are fine on the road. That's how they make their money.
You're not even the top mod.
It's so dramatic.
Push me, I will fall down. I've seen people do this in the trailer park where I grew up in Saskatchewan.
For the price of $50 to $60 in converted currency, some people risk their lives to try to scam people out of their money.
How many times he go across the street? People trying to dodge him. Oh.
I'm starting a new series called China Scams Everything, and I'll be highlighting this through funny but bizarre videos every single short video. This is not the scene of an accident. This is actually the...
I timed you out. Now, Dr. J says there's a full-length video, but it doesn't exist. I don't know where the fuck it went. Oh, by the way, I got a warning from YouTube today. We might be losing the YouTube channel. That I was spreading medical misinformation. You want to know what the video was? It was a short, so I don't have to be like confused about which one it was. It was me saying that Nick Alvear has a certain belief about what causes a certain disorder, and that it's caused by heavy metals, and that if his baby buttercream, whatever, his foot lotion removes heavy metals, isn't that him claiming that he has a cure? Because he keeps saying, I've never said it's a cure. I've never said it's a cure. It was just me going over what he claims. Whatever. He felt like one of them Chinamen. You see that shit? That's the flop.
It has gone too far.
It has gone about too far.
I have an obligation to be in that room. I represent 200,000 people in Northwest Georgia who duly elected me to be here today.
Some slick ass shoes there, cowpoke.
It has gone too far. I have an obligation to be in that room. I represent 200,000 people in Northwest Georgia who duly elected
how many
to be here today.
Hold on, I gotta sign in for a second.
Hi. This is the first gender reveal.
Yeah, doing the exact opposite, of course.
I don't actually dye the
It's
game
enough.
layers. I just
We're done.
dye the color of the frosting for the filling. So you can see obviously
Doing the exact opposite, but sorry, I gotta log in. It'll take a second.
they wanted either
I don't know. I disputed it, and they confirmed.
white with pastel, pink, and blue.
They confirmed that it actually did violate their medical misinformation bullshit.
Will me go for it. I use
So hard to tell with YouTube, buddy. Like they don't give you a form to say like I'm repeating what someone else says because I debunk that. That's what I do. Right? It doesn't matter. You guys want to see my new favorite TikTok creator?
C9 airplane house.
Just you guys can't have him, okay? You guys can't have my new guy. So just back the fuck off. He's mine. This is my replacement for Scott Rogers. Oh my God. Did he post all these today or did he take one down today?
The spasmodity, thoracic cavity, just like the battered shrimp that was rather hard to see.
And people say white people can't rap.
And there's no such thing as motion of the ocean when you got that commotion and you're hoping.
Oh, also, he collects. He collects trash for his vision board.
To be roping, just like you're open for the
bars.
And you're boasting and roasting with the toasting from the left coast.
With the lotion, you missed the chance there, buddy. Lotion. How many times you get, unless you're at like P. Diddy's house, how many times you get to put lotion?
And the big old oaf who pinched a loaf, just like you wash out your mouth with soap when you are the Pope.
I think he touches it to his head because he resets or something.
And the hippopotamus, it is rustling with the tusk, and he loves all of us, just like I got the machine gun funk and I'm about to bust, and I get a hawk tour with the puss, and...
That's a wrapper off a Hidden Valley Ranch family-size container.
I stay away from the lust.
I think he looks a little bit like Eli.
Just like...
The Pathetic Patriot.
I eat the pizza crust, and... You know that it's a must that I do it off the cuff. Just like silence, but deadly. Just like the I'm extravagant, militant, diligent, and deliberate, as well as have been sent with intent to invent a stent to help Clark Kent, who is wholly on Lent, and he makes a dent but never gets bent, and gets awfully pent when he pays his rent, and with an honorable mention from my henchman, when you think you get the stenching, how much are you benching when you're wrenching? I'll leave you all guessing.
Wow.
Remember, all temptation is just your brain misleading you.
See if you can find your favorite snack on the wall. Mine's a Craftsman.
Because if you don't have mindset, then you are misled by... Just like when you eat it with Tabasco, call me a little rascal, and don't play with my Hasbro.
Hold on. Call me a little rascal. Don't play with my asshole. I thought he was going to say asshole. Okay? He didn't. He said Hasbro. Don't play with my asshole.
Just
Sorry.
like the mashed potato who drives a tractor with the two-factor, just like I listen.
You can't have him. He's mine.
Diplo. And the automatic, charismatic, emphatic, serratic,
Pterodactyl.
up in the attic.
Oh.
Just like you do the arithmetic with the nitpicker.
I will PT you all until you fucking die! I'll PT you until your asshole for sucking buttermilk!
Oh, is that him?
I will PT.
They want obedience.
Eat it like Tabasco. Don't you play with my Hasbro.
Ooh, I thought he was going to say it again. Why do I think that he's getting... He said, eat it like Tabasco. Don't you play with my... What goes there? It's not Hasbro. Eat it like Tabasco. Don't you play with my... It's not Hasbro. I'm telling you, it's not Hasbro.
And I ain't no wacko who drives a tractor with the two-factor just like as if I was a little rascal.
I was so proud of Corey.
He's pretty good, to be honest with you. What are all these other clips?
The Asiatic, spasmodic, automatic, lymphatic, charismatic, haddock from the arithmetic.
Ooh.
So in Walmart, they had these necklaces. One, a couple, a few, just like this one. They were small, like 2-3 millimeters. And they were hanging in a single strand. Get this, wait, right? Get this, a single strand. Can you imagine if this was in a single strand? In the Walmart? Then, in the jewelry, section, it would be have one half in Egypt and the other half in California. So in Walmart.
Makes sense.
Rip with the nip slip and just the tip who does a flip. And
someone said Pee Wee Herman on a track.
Rip with the nip slip and just the tip who does a flip and then dips just like it shoots from the hip with a full clip from the crip who just took a sip.
Double dip. He's pretty good, to be honest with you. I think he could beat Scott.
4 words for you that are
even if Scott sung Fancy, the guy version of Fancy.
All jokes. Yes, that's right. Yes, it is. Demure. It means character or bodily how you are carrying yourself. And is it de-manure? Like poop? Like feces, caca? And smudge it?
Is he gonna puke? I didn't want to say anything, but this is Tsuko's husband. That's how she grew up in the States. She got married when she was 8 out of her wedding was kind of weird. It was at the port. So basically she just walked off the shipping container and that was it.
And then you got disintegrate. Is it someone who really hates the food? What they just ate? Disintegrate.
Wonder what he's eating. Wonder what he's eating while he's going. Wonder what he's eating there.
The food? What they just ate? Disintegrate.
Corn? I think it's corn. I think he eats corn the long way.
And then discombobulate. Like you're coming and your head bobbing on what you just ate.
Like a prostate stimulate.
You're dissing them, dissing everybody, dissing every.
I'm telling you, he's missing all the good asshole rhymes. I don't know why this is like my gift. I only pick up on the Diddy lines that are missing, okay? And he misses them all. Prostate stimulate. God damn, dude.
Anything. And then distend. Like you're dissing what you tend, what you just tended. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Anyways, this is my new favorite rapper, Little Crack Rock, and I'm going to be enjoying his content for the next few days. I got you caught up on Elon Musk, basically. So Asmongold criticizes Elon Musk for his PoE2 stuff that is 1,000% fake. Elon Musk responds by going into Asmongold's DMs, leaking them in an attempt to create a false narrative and discredit Asmongold because Elon misinterpreted the messages. This shit's wild. That's it for me tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you want to support the show, do that at coldbeer.fund. I don't have any more updates to do, so hopefully tomorrow will be should be able to get in here earlier. It's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow. I won't feel like I'm fucking freezing outside. Maybe get some work done and get in here earlier. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. And we'll see you on the next one. Coldbeer.fund if you want to support the show. If you don't, fuck it. I don't really want to support the show. Yeah, I can't blame you. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out.
I'm going to do a ritual to reset our timeline tonight.
Tell them exactly.
Wish me luck.
Tell them the rest of the world. You don't have the forking balls.
See you, Glockwork.
Balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
They are literally trying to confirm someone with Nazi tattoos as a Secretary of Defense for Trump's cabinet. Are people even sane anymore? No.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his...
Do not download. I know a lot of people like TikTok. Do not download Red Note. Are you all fucking stupid?
He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Wait. Stop.
Don't do it. It's an iron cross.
My files. What are you doing? Stop. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously.
Do not download Red Note. I'm serious. Don't. It's not an alternative. We live without TikTok. Don't download it. Literally, it even comes up. It doesn't even come up in English. And people are like, "Fuck it, we're getting it." It's kind of like TikTok.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know.
Now that them transsexuals can't use our bathrooms, eggs is gonna be cheaper.
Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They rework and copy on cocks that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know.